From Connecticut's newsroom, now, Fox Connecticut News at 11 a.m.
We are continuing to follow breaking news out of Manchester this morning, where a gunman opened fire on employees at Hartford Distributors. That's a beer distribution facility. The shots rang out just after 7:30 this morning. We now know 4 employees are dead, including the shooter. 2 others were wounded, and they are at Hartford Hospital right now.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sarah French alongside Logan Burns. Right now, we're getting confirmation. We were reporting this morning that the shooter was Omar Thomas. We're learning his name is Omar Thornton. He was the shooter. He was shot. We're not being confirmed that he was shot by police, but we're learning this information this morning. So lots of new details coming in.
We understand at this point that he shot himself. So let's turn it over to Tom Lewis. He's live on the scene. Tom, can you break it down for us? We're going to begin with Tom. We also have Rachel Frank. I see there. She's at the hospital. She's going to have an update for us on exactly what's going on with the 2 people at the hospital. But, Tom, break it down for us. What exactly happened this morning?
Well, there's been a lot of confusion all morning long, so we're going to try to focus on what we know and also give you some of the reports that we're hearing. You mentioned the name Omar Thornton. Now, we can confirm that that is the name of the shooter. Some conflicting reports over whether or not he is an employee of this beer distributorship or he was soon to be an ex-employee. We do know there was some sort of disciplinary meeting that was going on. We're hearing reports that one of the owners of this company was one of those that was shot, possibly in the face. The death toll, as you said, is 4. That does include the shooter. This all began around 8:30 this morning, right off the Tolland Turnpike, a very busy warehouse. There were about 35 to 40 people inside that warehouse at the time. That's when this Omar Thornton allegedly came in for this meeting about some disciplinary action. There was gunfire. There was gunfire throughout the warehouse. We were initially told that there were at least 7 people that were hit by gunfire. We're going to learn more in just a moment from Hartford Hospital what their conditions are. But for right now, we've been going with what the police have been telling us and trying to draw some inferences about that. Now, getting back to the point of whether or not the police shot Omar Thornton, the suspect in this case, they say they did not shoot him. When pressed on whether or not he shot himself, they say they wouldn't confirm that. However, you can draw your own conclusions as to what exactly happened. Now, there was also a very small fire inside the warehouse. We are hearing that possibly this was started when gunfire struck one of the pieces of machinery inside that warehouse. That was a minor fire. Right now, all of the concern, of course, are for the victims. We don't know exactly how many. We're hearing from police it's multiple. We are going with our sources that say that 4 people have been killed, and that, of course, includes the shooter, the alleged shooter in this case, Omar Thornton. The other conditions, there are some that are critically injured in this shooting. The police investigation has just begun. We're off the Tolland Turnpike. We're being set back. The criminal investigation is in high gear. Now we want to find out more about the conditions of those surviving victims in this mass shooting here in Manchester. For that, let's go to Rachel Frank at Hartford Hospital.